Hi Barry, by now you have probably heard several Shark Tank presentations. You maybe have decided to invest in some of them, and for some you may have thought that it's not the right fit for you. However, I'm gonna ask you to sit back and relax while I explain to you why CECCOT is the next big non-profit you should not only put your money into, but also should help me with your influence to get more people involved, and also help me get volunteers to come down to the jungle of Peru and help conserve this wonderful area, such a biodiverse place where CECCOT is doing great work. So CECCOT stands for the Tambopata Center of Education and Conservation, and the work they do is basically help conserve the biodiverse ecosystems that this tropical jungle has to offer to the world. In addition, they teach people and they bring people in to do research while doing so. On top of that, this nonprofit gives opportunities for ecological research to anyone in the world and helps people learn how to have a more sustainable livelihood. And this is such an important thing because CECCOT is a partnership with the Herrera, and the Herrera is a family that has this huge plot of land in the jungle of Peru. And this huge plot of land in Peru is used by CECCOT, and no one touches that land. It's intact, and it's helping conserve it because there's a lot of illegal mining around the area, there's a lot of deforestation, and there's a lot of hunting. So being owners of this land with CECCOT helps conserve it. And they bring people in from around the world to do ecological research on species and on conservation, and they also teach them how this community lives. Because inside this plot of land, there lives a community, and it's a community that has learned how to live sustainably. And this basically means living a high quality life, like very high quality, with good food, with good practices, like everything you can think of, you have it, but you're not impacting the world and you're not impacting the ecosystem. In addition, CECCOT also helps this community by bringing in education, high quality education, that not only teaches new generations how to conserve the world and be more sustainable and be aware of our impact in our ecosystems, which is very crucial in this part of Peru, where illegal mining and damaging the forest by deforestation and hunting is such prevalent practices. But also, CECCOT has been a pioneer for empowering women for more than a decade, encouraging them to be in the science field and teaching them how to do it. And in a such male-centered society like Peru, having these types of organizations is so important, not only to help more in this fight against gender inequality, but also to promote more research and more opportunities for women. Now, you may be wondering, why would I care about the conservation of an ecosystem? Like, it's just a little plot of land. Why would I care about it? What impact does it have in our world? It is important to start by saying that more than 2/3 of the world's biodiversity resides in tropical regions, which provides important ecosystem functions and services both at global and local levels, which means that the work at CECCOT not only benefits the people in the Tambopata area, not only benefit people in Peru, but they benefit people from around the world because they're helping conserve species. Now, where does the problem come from? The problem comes from the idea that many tropical ecosystems are under threat, and these tropical ecosystems involve the area where CECCOT is located. And what is happening is that they're under threat because they're being devastated to give spaces to cities, agriculture, and cattle farms. Especially in Peru, we have a huge problem with illegal mining, as this area contains precious minerals that are wanted by people and are taking it at any cost. As tropical areas vanish, so do species. And due to its global importance, the devastation of tropical areas has potential impacts on other non-tropical ecosystems. So no matter where you live, this could have an impact on your living situation. And it could also exacerbate climate change, as well as influence the spread of tropical diseases. Biodiversity conservation is important for economic growth and poverty reduction. This argument is based on the numerous direct economic benefits that humans derive from natural environments, such as food, construction material, fiber, firewoods, industrial products, and medicinal value. You're probably not aware of this, but 25,000 plant species are used by native people to extract traditional medicine, which means that if we keep depleting this forest, we're gonna run out of these plants that allow us to have medicine, modern medicine. Now, some people probably are not moved by this idea of being ethical, by this idea of having good air quality, or by living in a world that has normal temperatures. But some people may be moved by the idea that ecosystem services worth billions of dollars and not conserving them may mean that on long term we will end up spending more money to get some of these resources that are available to us. Right? So like for example, insect pollinators help in the production of many commercially important fruits such as almonds, melons, blueberries, and apples. And the global economic value of pollination services performed by insects has been valued at 217 billion per year. So imagine how that loss would look like for the world and for companies and industries. So now that I have told you a little bit about the importance of conserving biodiverse tropical forests, I need to tell you a little bit about what does CECCOT do to help conserve them, right? Because they're a small nonprofit. They cannot conserve the whole ecosystem. They cannot do everything to reduce the impacts of humans in the environment. However, the work they do is significant despite their small size. They focus on conserving birds. And why birds, right? Like, why birds? Birds are such important pollinators. They help have more trees and have more plants because they disperse seeds when flying and eating from one place to another. So the idea of conserving birds, it's crucial. They also help control some populations of rodents and insects in order to have a more sustainable and holistic environment. As a matter of fact, CECCOT's biggest task is to conserve the biodiverse tropical forest. And this has a domino effect on several other activities like conservation, like research, and even providing the best quality environment for people to live in to have a more sustainable livelihood. We need money because unfortunately that's how the world works. You need money to get more land. Why do we want more land? Why do we want to purchase more land in this forest? It's more land that we can protect. It's more land where we can keep a species safe. It's more land where we can cultivate a more sustainable life for people. And this money would also help support the community that lives there and would also help support the research. And research is key here because without research, we don't know what is the most efficient way to conserve the environment. So I am asking you to also, with your influence, bring more people, make more people involved in this initiative. And CECCOT can be multiplied everywhere in the world where we need to keep conserving these ecosystems, not only tropical, but also in the savannah and many other places. So people are welcome to help and help us grow. Because as I mentioned, when CECCOT grows, we all grow and we all have more days to keep living in this wonderful earth. So I hope you can help me. I hope you can invest your money in us. I hope you can bring your influence and also bring voluntaries who can learn more about how to be sustainable and who can learn how to do research and who are passionate to research on how to keep conserving our world. Because this is the whole idea. We want to have a world tomorrow, not only for us, but for future generations and for animals and all living beings that deserve respect and a good quality life.